welcome to another show of Don't Get This Twisted. I am Rob, along with my co-host, as always, Tina. How you doing, Tina?
I'm hanging in there, Rob. We made it to 250 episodes.
Crazy.
Who knew? Like,
neither of us.
Neither of us. I say that all the time, and everybody's like, "What do you mean you didn't think you would get to this point?" I'm like, I don't think anybody thought we would get to this point, but here we are.
No. We had a goal.
Was it 11, 12,
11,
something?
Actually, 12. 12 was the real goal, because 12 would get us over the normal quit rate.
Yeah.
So I was like, if we could make it to 12, man, we've done better than most. And here we are. Done
so much better than 12.
Yeah.
When you told me that it was 250 and it's right with 4th of July and the United States being 250, I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, we didn't plan it. It just kind of happened. But, coincidences or synchronicities or however you want to say it, it seems like the older I get, the more I see them. So I was surprised, but I wasn't shocked, if that makes sense.
Irony, I think, is what we should call that. It's just ironic.
Yes.
It's funny how things happen with us. We kind of talked last week off the air about kind of like, what should we talk about? And then I looked at what we've done pretty much every 50 episodes. Is kind of like check in and kind of say where we're at and what this either means to us. But I think this, you kind of off air said we should talk about how we've changed.
Right.
Since this, because I think we could definitely have.
Oh, for sure. I know I have. Without a doubt, things have changed. Yeah.
Me as well. I mean, if it's not mental changes are always going to happen if you're willing to
evolve.
Yeah. Open up your mind.
Yeah.
I think with this, we've changed on many, many, many levels because we've talked about so many things that I think it's opened me up to thinking different.
Oh, okay.
Mostly about relationship stuff, because we've really kind of talked about a lot about.
We've gone the gamut on that.
Yeah. And we probably haven't even really scratched the surface of a lot of things.
There's things I'm still going, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
And you know what? We should, because they're really good episodes. And I think that both of us are at a place where we can talk about those things, and we could get other people that are willing to talk about them too. I think that would make for some good episodes.
Absolutely.
When we started this, I was not even out of the house from splitting from my ex. So in the beginning, it felt like I couldn't say a lot of things, or shouldn't say a lot of things, or out of respect for my ex and family, just not say anything.
Yeah.
And I didn't. It took a long time. I still feel a little bit guarded because, I've had some fun people that I don't want to know anything about me listening to the episodes and then trying to get in, to comment in person with us, which I think is hilarious. But you get to the point where, do I care? Because I don't need to.
Yeah. I think in the very beginning, I remember talking to you about what you should and shouldn't say. And I looked at it from a more of a legality part, right? You probably shouldn't say this because you don't want it coming back to harm you.
Yeah. Where I was looking at it from an emotional point and not wanting to cause any extra injury to my ex. That was rough.
And I was
being friends with him the whole time. That was not an easy transformation. It just wasn't.
No. And if you've listened to the episode that we did with both of you guys on it, I think it's to me, I think that it was very much needed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
it's one of those things where like how do I even say that? We went through so many changes and then we were finally able to talk about them. And then it brought up a lot for me, like a lot of things that I didn't know that he went through. And I'm sure he felt the same, but, getting through that and talking about it and apologizing even was big. Like I remember being on that show and just being, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I wasn't there for you while you were hurting too. Like that was profound for me. I can't explain exactly why. I haven't figured that out yet, but that was a big episode emotionally.
Yeah. And I think that when you look at the reality of what we've said on here, it's, when we're doing this, and that's episode 230 for people if you want to go back and listen to it.
That's only been 20 episodes?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. That was February 25th of this year.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people have listened to. So,
really?
Yeah.
Is that one of our bigger number ones?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I can tell you in just a second while I'm doing this.
I don't look at our logistics. I don't
I know you don't.
I don't want to know. I kind of have to live this life still when I get off the air. So Rob keeps me abreast of things. I know nothing, to be honest with you, nor do I want to know most of the time. And I just asked, and I know you're looking it up and I'm ready to go, oh shit. How many people
I hate to say it though, but you have plausible deniability. It's like the best. You can just go, I don't fucking know. And it's 100% true.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's a pretty good episode. It's got a good, it's the best episode in
this year.
Hold on. I'm going to see how far back, it goes.
Do I? That was a really raw episode.
Hold on. We're going back. Hold on. So it goes back. It's the best episode since August of 2025. It's tied. Okay. It's tied with one.
With what is that one?
The Too Little Too Late, a relationship story.
Oh.
Most of our relationship ones are pretty big. Big.
Yeah.
So for me, seeing how we have changed, because when we talk about things on here, I think a lot of people don't really undernd that there's no script.
No, not at all.
There's rarely bullet points. If we're being honest.
Yeah, I know for a fact that I don't set up for anything. Even the episode that we talked to with my ex, this is a true story. Rob shows up and he has all of our gear and he has his little,
I had my iPad with me.
You had your iPad and you had notes and everything. And my ex, he definitely had a clipboard and notes and everything. And I showed up and I sat down at my microphone and I had just bought some weed and I sat that down in front of me. And it was funny because I didn't even know how this was going to go. My ex had asked if we wanted to do this. I said, yeah. So I came in there completely blind and honest.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't be more honest. And I don't need bullet points to be honest or to answer a question. So
correct.
It was, oh my God, that was a horrible day for me. I swear.
And that's kind of like how almost every show is, if we're being honest. Every blue moon, I'll bring up some bullet points. And that's just to keep me on par with what I want to talk about. But even that, I would say in the last 50 episodes, I've probably done that about 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But just because we we just do things off the top of our head, which is why we say things that I think we don't realize we say them until someone says something.
I think you get that more than I do. Because I just tell people, don't listen to it if you don't like it. I don't care.
I really don't get it much anymore. But I have got it with several people.
Nice.
Yeah. Which
for you.
Well, look, and here's the thing. But I own it.
Yeah.
Like even with those people. And I've apologized once or twice on the show because I thought I did make a mistake. But I only apologize when I think I made a mistake. If I don't think I did, you'll never hear from it that I said it. I own what I say on here because this is us. We are very honest, which I think leads to how we were when we first started this to where we are now.
I don't think we were not honest, though. I think I was just very guarded. I needed to be.
Oh, 100%. But I mean, how we've changed from then to now.
Oh, totally changed.
Where I don't think you're guarded much at all anymore. You know what I mean?
Anything. I think I show up totally authentic to who I am, and I stand by what I say and how I am and how I act. And I'm also, we're also getting to an age where like we know how to control our shit. Like, come on, you don't need to act like an asshole to get your point across, nor do you need to act like an asshole to hear somebody else. I mean, we should be at a point in life where we're a little calmer, smarter.
Where we understand who we are.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, I own 100% of the shit I say on here. Because it's me. This is who I am. And I think that's why people out there listen to us, because since the very beginning, we didn't know what this was going to actually be, right? We were kind of like, hey, let's see what this is and we'll go from there. And we had an idea of like, hey, it would be cool to do it like this. We didn't have
much of an idea, though.
We didn't. And that's the truth, without a doubt. There is no doubt we had an idea. The best compliment I think I've ever heard is from my friend in Iowa. And she said this. She goes, it sounds like you two are hanging out in the same room and just bullshitting with each other about some topic someone threw on the table. And I was like, yeah, that's perfect. Because that's how I like my podcasts. I like podcasts that are more down to earth, more realistic, more people just chatting. So when we did this, I thought this is perfect for me and you because we can chat. and when we get on a subject that we want to hammer out, we really chat. So, but coming from this, like, I just think I've changed my views on certain things just by researching or hearing things. Like you know a lot of my past. So like, all the crazy shit that I've done and people I've chased and all kinds of crazy stuff. Which is really funny because I'm coming up on 9 years of that I was kind of met that girl and now things are like in a totally different place. And I've got to a place in my life too, where I've realized that the most important thing in your life is you. 100%. Because I think that it's hard enough dealing with yourself, having to really, really worry about other people is difficult.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm at a spot now where like, I would have told you like, I couldn't wait to be in a relationship. Now I'm like, I don't care. I could care less. Life. There's more to life than that. If it happens, awesome. But I would tell you that I would have chased it. Even 2 years ago. I would have said, oh
Okay.
yeah, I'm chasing things. Now I'm not chasing anything ever again. I'm just going to live life. Whatever happens, happens. Cool. Shit goes on. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of like that I've changed there. I've grown into something that now I understand is way more important is me.
Absolutely. Because nobody's going to take care of you like you.
Well, and we're at an age now where
You have to.
You have to be like, it's like I said, it's hard enough to take care of yourself sometimes. I don't want to have to worry about somebody. So even if I am lucky enough to find somebody, like, I'm not sure I want to have something so serious anymore, which I think is going to kind of put me out of the dating pool, because I think,
which is going to make you find somebody, because you always get what you.
That could be true.
You know what I mean? As soon as you say, I'm swearing off this, that's all you get.
Right. That's, so, you're probably right. I just think that I'm at a spot where, like, I'm like, eh. And you're right. Maybe that's what I need to do is not care and not be in a place. Take your
hands off the wheel and let what's going to happen.
Exactly. I think there's a lot of really cool things coming my way, or at least I'm hoping. We'll see. I'm hopefully within the next few weeks. But yeah, the life is just, it's kind of made me see things way differently on a lot of different marks. Some of the girls that we've had on here before really kind of just made me see men for, wow, we can be dirtbags.
But so can women.
Oh, no, you've showed me that. Some of the shit that people have said to you. Oh man, it's kind of, it's made me sad though, in some degree as well. Because,
it should. I mean, it's not right. You know what I mean? There's so many things about dating that are just kind of sideways, where it wasn't like that when you and I started dating.
Right.
So it should be a little concerning that these things are going on, or people are saying what they're saying, because it's just not right. Yeah.
I think my biggest thing too is because I would have told you that I'm kind of a hopeless romantic. And I think that's, I don't want it to go away, but it's slowly kind of,
I get that.
The shine is coming off of that.
Yeah.
And it's
and for me, I feel like I'm a hopeful romantic. I mean, I do believe in romance. I do believe in being in relationships. I've been in some really good ones. I've been in some not so good ones, but for the most part, the long-term ones were really good. But it's something that, I don't know. I think it's mindset. I think it's finding yourself, finding your purpose, staying busy, getting really solid with who you are inside. I know when I got married, I was 34. I wasn't emotionally ready for that. I wasn't emotionally ready to get a child. And it came like really quick, like at 30, all that stuff started coming really quick. And I didn't have everything that I needed to do that. I think that only time and experience gets you there. And so I'm grateful that I had that time and opportunity, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's all dire. I think people have really been screwed over by our age, but for me, when I date, I notice that I just kind of kick back and just be Tina, like as if I was hanging out with you, just hanging out with one of my guy friends, and then letting things develop, because my personality is way better than my physical appearance. Or when I walk in a room, I show up and everybody sees me, but it's not until after I take a couple minutes and you just see how I am. Do you even want to be around me? You know what I mean? So just finding myself and it being more out there. that was not my style coming into dating and getting married and stuff. So this is all new, and it's kind of fun. It's fun to find who I am now. I knew who I was, but this is a different person that I am.
Yeah, I would say I'm a different person for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
just the fact that you're not chasing anybody is a big difference, because you normally have somebody that you're really into, and you kind of just dropped all that and said, I'm going to back up. I don't know this Rob, so I'm like watching you, seeing what you're going to do next.
Yeah, I'm kind of like,
yeah.
Get it. Which is kind of a nice place to be, where
absolutely
I'm just kind of like, it happens. And I think I'm also trying to look at the world in that way. Like, look, you can't make the world do what you want it to do.
No.
It's just going to do it. So I think you have to look at the bigger picture sometimes and go, yeah, I can't manipulate the planet to do what I want it to. So I'm just going to play it by ear.
Yeah. And do what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, and look, if things are meant to be in anyone's life, they're going to be.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah. Whatever that is. I think that there's a lot to be said about that too. It's like, who knows? I don't.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of friends out there that have gone through stuff, already. Multiple marriages or a divorce, or like I have friends who I thought would have been together forever. And you're like, oh yeah, that didn't work out. And then there's the ones that you think there's no business that these people should ever be together, and they just won't give up.
Yeah.
Even when they know it's 100% over. So I think I've learned from talking about relationships, talking about people we know on here. You kind of just now go, yeah, I have to learn from, I hate to say people's mistakes, but from people's mistakes.
If you learn from everything that you see around you, you're doing it right, because you could save yourself from going through things just by watching your next door neighbor, your friend, your coworker go through it. Like, I remember when I was at beauty school, I had the very first guy I worked with was a little short Italian man. And boy, did he used to piss me off, because he would cut women's hair the way he thought it should be cut. Not, they would go through and tell them exactly what they wanted from him. And he would get those damn scissors and just do something completely different, and then tell him, you look better like this.
Oh, yeah.
And I hated that. So I learned not to do that to my clients. If they only want 1/4 of an inch cut off, that's what they're going to get. Come back again, because you need 2 feet cut off. Your hair is like
brittle.
Past your, it's past your acid. It's brittle as hell. Like, but do whatever you're going to do.
Right.
It's not for me to change things. And God, he used to drive me crazy with that, because they'd come to me and go, why did he do this? And I'm like, I don't ego. I don't know.
Yeah. Because
why do you think he did it?
I can see I'm kind of, and look, I'm going to throw, hair people in. You guys are artists. Mm-hmm. Okay. But you are also a paid artist. Like, I know friends who are tattooers that hate being told that it'll look better the way that I want it.
Yeah.
They're like, but yeah. And I go, I don't care. I'm paying you. It's your job to tattoo me. It's not your job to like the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
So thankfully, a lot of the people who have tattooed me are very open to being, not told, but are just good with tattooing me the way I want to.
Yeah.
Because that's, look, I'm all up for art. I get it. Art is cool. But at some point you still have to say, like, I'm paying you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could see how you could go kind of bonkers over that. If someone cut my hair the way that they wanted to, I'd lose my shit.
Yeah. Well, your hair takes like approximately 2 months and your hair would be completely grown out from whatever haircut anybody gave you. Trying to do this on people that have long curly hair, where curly hair takes forever to grow. And if they want it long, it's going to take even longer.
Yes, so, I know.
Yeah, you do, because you have curly hair. So
and it was long.
I just try to, I think for me, my job is not as much cutting their hair or, doing something wild and creative on their head. It's more like getting them to be okay. Right. I spend a lot of time talking to people about their problems and their issues. And it's funny because I didn't realize how much people pay attention to what I'm saying too. I mean what I say, and I give them the best advice that I feel like I have to give. But I noticed that people are repeating things that I say to other friends, and, it's coming out like, it's coming out differently. I'm like, wow, people are listening and they are taking my advice. I had a friend who was going to buy a new car because the transmission blew out. And I always say, your car looks brand new. Just take care of it. You'll have it for a long time. And it was like, do we get a new transmission or do we just buy a new car? And they bought a new transmission because the car was great. I don't know what the hell happened with the transmission, and the funny thing is, I didn't even have to have a conversation with them. They said to me, I thought to myself, what would Tina tell me to do? Mm-hmm. And then I got the new transmission because she's right. The car is in perfect condition. And I thought, now you're fighting with me or you're having conversations with me and I'm not even speaking. And I noticed that my friends and I do that a lot. Like they hear me, but I think it's because I'm the one too that people come to for advice.
And whether we know it or not, we're probably giving some when we do this.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least opening someone's mind to maybe a different thought process.
I would say so. Even like I said, for me, now I'm 4 years out of my marriage and 6 years out of being with him. Hardest time of my life. No, it wasn't the hardest. I think when I turned 40 was still the hardest, but emotionally very, very hard to divorce. I definitely say, give it all you got for as long as you can. And because when it's time, it's going to be hard. And I don't think that it was that hard for us. And it was still extremely difficult. But shit, I'm out of that. He's still one of my very, very good friends and confidants that I could tell. We bounce stuff off of each other all the time. And it's weird because I don't know that we talked that much or that often or that closely, even when we were married. This is a change because we're not in the same situation. And I've noticed that I turned about 54. I've always been intuitive. I've always had like I pick up weird things. I can't even tell you what it is that I do because it's not something that I consciously do. It's just something that comes to me and I hear it. But anyway, getting very psychically in tuned with my surroundings and people in it. And I couldn't say that I did that absolutely before. That's been a big difference. But I think, too, that comes with being more open with who I am and what I've done and taking more chances. I've never been called a badass more in my life than since I got my trike. Like that seems to be everybody that meets me is like, oh, Tina, she's a badass. And I'm like, really? Because I just wanted to know I could do it and I did it. So,
right.
but it's taken on a life of its own. You know, the people are like, oh yeah, that chick, she's got a trike. You should go and talk to her. She's really cool. I don't even want to talk to these people. I don't know who they're sending over to me, but I find that that's kind of it's a different persona that I have when I'm on the bike as opposed to when I'm not. That's kind of a trip too. I really like it. And met some really cool friends. Like if you're looking for guys to date, get a bike. It's better than people used to say, go to golf courses, go to Home Depot, go to, where guys hang out, go to construction sites. I'm like, shit, just get on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I've had people come to my rescue and have helped me that they didn't need to, but it was because I was a biker, they're a biker, and there's a very close community. Mm-hmm. So I've had my heroes come and save me at different points. I've met new people, turned people on to bikes. One of my friends that I got to ride with me ended up buying one. Like, I don't know. I would say I'm a totally different person in that world than I am like even on the podcast. And I think the podcast gave me I don't know, I wouldn't say permission, but maybe gave me the balls to like step out of my comfort zone further and get that bike and take those rides. And I took a lot of shit from family and I was like, fuck them. I don't care.
Yeah. I think that
and I wouldn't have done that before.
I think getting your bike definitely gave you a different outlook. Mm-hmm. I think that's the best way of putting it, because like for me, seeing you change just with that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like
that was cool. It was good to go through it.
Because you kind of knew me, going through like all my weird stages, like being a wrestler and all these. So you always saw me kind of like these different personas. You were like, you've always been teen to me. Like you're just you. Like I know. And then I remember you going, I think I'm going to get a motorcycle. And in my head, I was like, all right. It's like, you got to do what you got to do. Like you have to be you. And at the end of the day, if it didn't work, And if it worked,
sell it,
cool.
Get in something else. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, that's kind of like my backbone to this show. I remember kind of going, okay, I'm going to throw a little money into it and we'll see what happens. And for me, whether we get however many downloads we get is great. And I'm glad people are like sharing the show and it's going all over and more people are listening. Mm-hmm. For me, this is the most therapeutic shit ever. Because like it's kind of like my dog. I know that we have to record it every week. I know I have to sit down. I know it's repetition and it keeps me grounded and going in a certain direction. And it's funny because I had told my kid that I'm going to go out of town and I was telling him about the dog. I go, hey, you're going to have to get up early and take him out. And he's like, no, I go, no. This isn't like getting up at 7 a.m. Like he goes out at 4:30 in the morning every day. Mm-hmm. Like he is on a schedule and you're going to have to stick to said schedule. You might hate it and it's only going to be for a few days, but you're going to have to do this. And he's like, yeah, but it's so early. And I was like, yes, because he's on a schedule. I go, our dog he gets up at 4:00 in the morning. He walks, he eats at 5. Like he has a schedule.
Yeah, and he totally does.
Yeah. And he's a working dog. So they love that. Like he likes having things to do. He knows what he's doing in the morning. He knows what we do, everything. Mm-hmm. So that's what this show kind of does for me too. It gives me we're going to record on, we're going to record of one of these 2 days. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to edit it. And then, and then it goes to the next cycle. Okay. I got a couple of days off. We'll start talking about what we're going to do again. And we go on to the next week.
Yeah.
So I like that about the show.
Yeah. Even the basket weaving, I think doing the podcast helped me to try the basket weaving, because it was not something I wanted to try.
Right.
I've said that before. And we were looking at 11 episodes. So I was like thinking, that's not a huge commitment to be on the podcast. And then I told my cousin, yeah, I'll make a basket with you. And here I am. We're going into our third year of selling them at powwows, and we sell. Like, we're selling like, and now I'm in the Museum of Natural History. I have my picture in there with my baskets. I don't know what picture it is. I haven't been out there, but yeah, you could basically see me in a picture in the museum. Who knew?
Right.
And then I've been called a lot more for the spiritual side of things, and for that is so bizarre. I don't even want to talk about it, but I'm definitely coming into my own in the native world. And I got my cousin to sign back up with the tribe. I never thought she would do that again. And we're going to start teaching our classes and doing things, but I'm also going to see a hypnotist, and I have a friend that does Reiki, and all these people are coming to me that are coming from like a spiritual type of world, and just having conversations and contact and stuff with them. Like, who knew, Rob? I mean, who knew when we did this? Like, I wasn't anywhere near there.
Right.
At all.
And I think that is kind of the best part. Like, when you realize that it's opened up something.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah. The same for me. Like, it's even opening up to like seeing people again. Like, I've got to see people that I hadn't seen in years, and even talk to them about the pod, and they listened and they were like, oh yeah, I didn't know this about you. Or so there's good about that as well. Like, people who don't talk to us often, but know us or whatever, get a different view of us from this. Like, like I have talked a million times about my mom when she was alive. Like, she would always say something like, I had no idea that you did that. It's like, yeah.
One of my brother's friends lives out of state, and apparently he listens to every episode because he said, yeah, I heard that you did this or you did that. I'm like, wait, how are you hearing this? And you're clear across the country. You're like East Coast people right now.
You're like, uh-oh.
How do you know? He goes, oh, I didn't tell you. I listen to your podcast every week. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You do? How'd you even hear about it? Because I don't even promote it. Right. I still like people that I don't notice here more than I do people that I do. And yeah, it blows my mind who's listening and paying attention, and also who are like, I'm glad you finally got to that point that you're doing this. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You had an opinion ahead of time? Tell me. Like, it is cool that people that I don't get to see get to hear me, but also people that I don't want to hear me. And that's the flip side of it. Like,
100%.
There is some very raw parts of me that are out, for abuse.
In the ethos.
So
correct.
And I'm a big girl and I could take it, but I've had to deal with some stuff where I finally just said, look, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Don't listen if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
100% a double-edged sword. Because, and look, I would say I'm pretty honest on here, but even I've bit my tongue every once in a while, just because I know.
Honest. It's not that I'm not honest. There's just things that I think that nobody needs to know. It's none of their business.
That's what I mean. There's things that I just don't say.
Right.
It's not that I'm afraid to. I just, for the quality of everyone's life, I just go, there's no need. And that's how I look at it. And And look, these things may come out in a year. I don't know, because I 9 times out of 10, I just spout shit out. and if you've listened to this podcast, or if you're sending it to other people, I don't edit anything out of this ever, except for like cat noises. Every
the
blue
fan,
the fan, definitely
the
the fan.
Motorcycles coming by.
Even that I only do if they're obnoxiously bad. Because like I like that this is just us, having a talk. And the other thing I find that one of the biggest things out of everything ever is that a lot of people thought we did this in the same room every single week.
No, we do not. We don't even do it in the same county.
Yeah, not exactly. Which is really kind of cool.
And it's going to get worse because you're moving out of state.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the cool thing about it is that, okay, so if anyone ever goes back and listens to the early shows, and I mean like the first 25 or so, I didn't know how to edit yet. We didn't have good microphone. There's a lot of things that those early episodes. We winged it. Because I just didn't know yet. And then you can start telling around, I think it's like maybe like 28 or 29. Like, I got a good microphone. We got you a good microphone. Things started changing.
Did it really sound that different?
It's just a lot more hollow. Remember, we recorded this on Zoom in the very beginning for people who don't know.
That was funny.
And now we use a different software that records our audio locally and then shoots it up to the internet for me to get. So it's much easier to control the audio. I know how to edit extremely better. So when someone goes, man, it sounds like you guys are in the same room, I take that as a compliment, because I'm like, wow, does it sound like we're in the same room? And they're like, oh yeah, I thought you guys were. And then I'm like, all right, cool. Like I pat myself on the back now a little bit, because I'm glad that I've got to that level that they sound quality. And you're getting a fun show to listen to about two people who are just kind of, nutty. Because we are.
Kinda.
Yeah. and the people we know, there's so many people that I want to come on here, but can't yet.
Yeah.
Like I have a list of people that absolutely have to come on this show.
We need to get on it, because once you're gone, it's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking a way around that as well. I'll tell you off air. I think I'm going to get a to-go kit that I can send people. Like that has a little foresight, like you have in a microphone, that they can just plug into a computer and do a show with us, and then wrap it back up and send it away. Yeah. So we'll see. But here's my other thing too. Like, we can have anybody on this show. I can distort anybody's voice. We've done it before. There are people that have been on this show that their voices are not real. Yeah. It's rare.
A few.
Oh, yeah. More than a few. More than a few. So, but I want to get to a place where like people aren't afraid to come on here and, spill their beans if that's what they want to do. But if you want to, and you really want your voice to be changed, I have no problem doing it. Just message me, message Tina, go on to our socials and DM me. I'm the one who will answer. Anyone, and that's the other thing.
I will answer if it gets in my social media.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But I mean, like texting you personally, if it's a friend of ours.
Oh yeah.
I have no problem anyone coming on here. Because I think that the way the world is these days, we need to have more people coming together and having discussions about whatever it is, whether it's politics, love, religion, you know, your hemorrhoids, whatever it is, like you can come on and talk about it. Yeah, I've seen one before that looked like a flower.
Oh,
bro, it was gnarly.
Ew.
So
I've never seen one. I don't want to.
Oh, you don't. It's brutal. I'll tell you that story once I get off here because I can't tell it on the air. But look, I've learned a lot on here. I've learned to be me. With absolutely no saying sorry to anyone ever again. I'm me. You know, if you like me, great. If you don't, awesome. Keep coming back and listening.
Right.
And that's the truth. I was a bad guy for 20 years wrestling. I don't mind being the villain. I don't. If I'm the villain in your story, it's because you've made me the villain. You know what I mean? Whether it's how I think, if we disagree politically, whatever, you've made me the villain because most of my friends aren't like me politically and I have no problem with them. I don't care. I see you for who you are. You're my friend. Who you vote for doesn't involve me. You know, unless you're trying to take my guns away and then I have a problem.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But
no, I just, for me, I remember those beginning episodes and the fear that I felt doing them and what do I say and how do I say it and what's everybody going to think? Man, am I over giving a shit?
Right.
Like that went away a long time ago. Like I just may not say anything just because I don't need anybody to hear what I'm thinking. But it's not, I don't have that fear. And you know what I've realized through people that have listened to the podcast is every time I've talked to somebody, I seem to get you helped me through this, or you taught me how to just not care because you were so vulnerable. I've had people come and talk to me about death. Like you wouldn't believe the few episodes that we did where I was like really raw because of somebody that had passed. People that reach out to me and I didn't even know they listen to the podcast and they're like, can I talk to you? I heard your podcast when you said that. And I was wondering about this or, you know, the spiritual side to who I am. I've yet to really put it all out there, but, it's funny because my ex wants to. He's like, there's some stories we need to tell about. People need to know who you are. And I'm like, it's okay. But I found that since the podcast has definitely taught me how to see things different. I'm way more spiritual than ever before, but you won't hear a lot of that. I guess you will around the edges of what I'm saying, but because of my beliefs, but you'd be surprised at what I could do now that I couldn't do, or how I, for instance, my brother always tells me, he calls me up and he'll be like, get out of my head. If I can't talk to him, if he won't talk to me in person, I talk to him brain to brain, like, and he gets pissed because he doesn't want me in his head. And I get it. But that's how we've always been, and that's how we're always going to be. But he's like, get out of my head. You don't need to know what's going on with me. You don't need to. And then things have changed. I could still get in his head. Don't get me wrong. But I hear things in my, like, I don't know, the little angel, the little devil that sits on your shoulder. I'm hearing them, and then I just say whatever it is I'm hearing. It is amazing what's coming out of that, Rob. Like, I haven't even talked to you about that, but I'm getting really freaking good at things that I didn't even, you know, have anything to do with or know. I don't know. I'm becoming being native and being who I am in the community and everything. I kind of stayed away from all of it. I didn't want anything to do. I didn't want any more responsibility. I already took on as much as I wanted back then, but now I'm noticing that there's a need for me to be there. And it's not just me saying it. People are coming to me to be that without me having to say a word. So I think that the podcast kind of gave me the permission to let go and just do that. So it's been, I don't know. For me, I wouldn't suggest a podcast for everybody. Like,
no,
it's not, I mean, you even putting up with me not being technical is a pain in the ass, but somehow we seem to do it, and we're still going strong. It's helped me a lot. It's helped me I had to get out of that place of leaving my last life and then starting my current one. And the podcast kind of was the glue that kept me together through all of that.
Yeah. I agree. We were going through things.
Oh, yeah.
At the time. I mean, if I could do anything, I would love to have Denny's sponsor this show. Because truly, if it wasn't for them,
yeah,
you know, if it wasn't them, it would have been Chi-Chi's Pizza, I'm sure. You know, we sat down just for giggles because we were both going through whatever life was throwing at us.
And purged.
And just man, I've now looking back, we probably should have tipped more. And I know we tipped really good that day because we were there like 4 hours. Like we were there a long time. But it made the backbone of what this is.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, the very first couple of episodes, I thought for both of us, like, wow, can we do this? You know, because
of course we can.
Yeah. And look, I think that, like you said, doing a podcast is not for everybody for a lot of different reasons. You know, if you have any kind of issues with how people react or think about you, this is not for you. It's just not. And we're lucky that we don't have a lot of people, you know, really saying bad things, because I'm sure it could be a lot worse.
We did.
But it probably could be a lot worse. You know, looking at the scheme of things.
If we don't pay attention, it doesn't affect us. And I think both of us were kind of good at doing that too. It was just like,
probably. Yeah, just kind of going.
We don't need to pay attention to that, because I know that's why I don't listen to the podcast. That's why when people reach out to me and have something to say, I'm shocked, because I just don't think anybody's even, if I'm not listening, nobody else is, right? So
right. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, for me, I found myself many times where someone goes, you know, I can't believe you said this. And I went, I did? And they're like, yeah, like on yesterday's show. And then I went, okay, I'm gonna have to go listen to it again.
Yeah.
And they're like, you don't remember? I'm like, look, we say crazy shit. Like we're just talking. Yeah, we're just talking. Yeah.
I've had a couple people say, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, really? Because I've said way worse. Why is that bothering you? So I noticed that when they've come up with something, it was only to be judgmental and kind of an asshole or whatever. And then I throw it back at them. I'm like, wow, I thought I could have said way worse than that. So I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. I had someone say something to me kind of similar and was like, I can't believe you said that. And then I continued to tell them other things I've said in the past. And they went, oh yeah, that's a good point. I was like, look, I'm pretty tame on here. You know, I may drop some F-bombs, but like, I still try to keep things, you know, correct.
Proper.
Like, like I don't get on here to shit on people.
We don't throw out names.
Yeah.
We don't say, oh, listen to what this asshole did to me. Or we don't do that.
Because we could.
And sometimes I wonder if we shouldn't. We might be getting more listeners if we did.
I mean, maybe. Right.
I still want to live where I live. I don't want to have to go.
The truth of the matter is that like we never had a plan to like come on here and go, well, we're going to shit on them today.
Yeah, no.
That just wasn't it. This is about, you know, the show from the very beginning. And that's why I say my stupid tagline at the end. It is an opinion show. It's about all of us having different opinions and still being able to be friends, have a life, see each other in a different, a different view. Like, me and you have similar belief systems.
Yes.
But is there things that me and you have both went, no, I think differently. Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And the best part about that is that right afterwards I went, I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I like when me and you have a different opinion because, with social media and everybody, like nobody could hear anybody else's opinion and still be friends.
Yes.
Me and you we have whatever opinions we have, and we're very strong in who we are outside of the show. Like you are who you are. I am who I am. And we're strong individuals, and we don't cut each other. We may disagree.
Right.
But at the end result is you're still my people.
Right.
I handpicked you.
Well, because we don't live in an echo chamber. That's why.
Right.
Me and you listen to whoever, and that's just the way it is. And it's, cool. At the end of the day, look, I'm not going to like any person because they believe the same political views as me. I'm going to like you because of something else. Like, man, you like comic books too? Awesome.
Cool.
Because the reality of the real world is that's what people generally are friends over. Mm-hmm. Small stuff. Like, just things that you agree on. Like, hey, I like these type of movies. That's my movie friend. Yeah. I go to the movies with this person. And I think that that's important in life. We need, everyone can't be your best friend, but they can be a friend.
I have a group of A friends.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That, no, but that's
they're
perfect.
All different, and because I'm a different person in different situations.
Exactly.
So when I'm with this person, it's more this. When I'm with that person's, but they're all interchangeable because I made all my friends have to get along, or I don't want to deal with them.
Right.
I want everybody. We all need to learn from each other. We're all going to need each other, and you are all my people. Yep. So get ready, because we're going to be friends, and we could talk about anything. You could be however you want to, but I don't want any drama afterwards.
Yeah. And that's perfect.
We all have to be friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what this show has kind of been about since the beginning, is how can we bring people at least to the center? That's, me and my kid were walking through the store the other day, and a small thing of politics came up. And my kid goes, you understand that 90% of the people are in the center? And I was like, yeah, probably. He goes, I think that most people have a lot of the same moral compass, and then there's an outlier on the outside of those. He goes, we're arguing over fucking 5% of the population because they have big fucking mouths.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want to like people for who they are. And he goes, if they upset certain people, they're going to upset certain people, but they can still be friends with me because it works. Yeah. Well, okay, cool. There's a lot to be said about that. So if me and you can bring people to the middle on anything, whatever the subject is, whether it's, love, whether it's, breakfast cereal, whether it's places to eat in the valley, at least listen and go, okay, I don't believe their way, but at least I'm giving them a chance.
Yeah.
And that's all I've ever wanted from this show, is to have some kind of semblance of the middle. I've said it since episode probably 1, at least 2 or 3. If you'd like to be on this show, please get a hold of us. I have no problem doing it. Come on. We will talk beforehand, because the people who've been on here, we have a nice discussion beforehand. We talk out the rules, so no one gets offended or gets mad or we yell at each other. And we can discuss things. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
I don't even think we give that many rules. Like,
no. But my thing is like, let's not
know
fight.
How to act. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not fight with each other. Let's discuss things. And like I said, we can discuss, homogenized milk if that's your gig. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. We can discuss what the best take home pizza is. Because, that's probably a huge argument. So for me, look, 250 episodes, I can't believe we got here, if I'm being perfectly honest. But
it was not without its struggles.
Yeah. No, we've had a couple of speed bumps, but thankfully not anything ultra serious. Knock on wood.
Well, except for my family situation at the moment.
Yeah. Well, and a couple of deaths.
Couple.
I mean, yeah. In
the last couple of months, there's been 8 people that have passed. I'm barely holding on. Like, it seems like just even saying that, like, my eyes well up with water. I know you can't see me, but like, I'm right now, personally, I'm struggling. There's without a doubt. So you just gotta, keep going, keep pushing, keep finding happy, I don't know.
Yeah. You gotta keep on keeping on.
That's right.
And I know that sounds like incredibly, hard to do, but you're lucky you have a good support system.
I am the support system. What are you talking about?
No, but you have it. If you needed to call your ex right now and bawl, you could.
Oh yeah.
That's
and I think he would welcome that.
That's what I mean.
Being normal.
That's normalcy.
Yeah.
So like you're lucky because there's a lot of people out here who don't have that. Don't have that kind of system. The
other day I was doing one of my besties' hair. She used to live next door to me when I was married. And I was telling her why another friend of mine was giving me the business and how I was pissed off about it. And like, okay, well, this is my side. You heard what she had to say. Now hear me. And she said, nobody ever hears your side because you don't speak up. She goes, I had no idea you felt like that. And I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no. She goes, why don't you talk more? And I feel like I talk all the time.
Yeah. No, but I think that's
talking.
That is who we are, though. I think, I get the same kind of thing from people. They're like, oh, I didn't know that was bothering you, but you're always the one who will sit here and listen to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's me too.
Yeah. I mean, I have several friends that are going through cancer things right now.
Yeah, me too.
And then the way I look at it, it's like, I'm lucky. I try to take things could be way worse. So
they can.
I do my best to, just be happy for where I'm at.
I think as I've gotten older, it's been harder to be happy because of all the, like I said, the deaths and my dad being sick and family issues I've had in my own family, getting divorced and what have you. But I look for something to be happy with every day. And I notice that my days aren't as hard as they used to be when I couldn't see the happy. Mm-hmm. But it took me like 6 years to get to that point where I felt that I need to be different. But thankfully you learn. And I learned from everybody around me, which is very beneficial.
Yeah.
Because who knows me better than the ones that are walking the path with me.
Exactly. That is super helpful when you can look over at somebody and they go, you're like this. Like, oh yeah, that's because sometimes we forget who we are.
Yeah.
And other people around us have to go, hey, this is who you are, nut up.
I'm fortunate I have those people. Thank God.
It's great. It is nice. Some of the people I work with are very like, hey, don't forget. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. Like,
snap out of it.
Yeah. Like you have to get your shit together.
Yeah.
Any last words here for 250?
thank everybody. Thank you all for listening to us and being a part of this journey. And we'll continue to try to do better as we go along. But this has been a good turn.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it.
It's been a great run, and we'll catch you guys up at 300, and then there'll be another show every week until we get there. Yeah, thanks. It's been fun, and I hope that we can continue this ride and have some more deep conversations and get people to jump on board with us. Keep sharing. It's amazing the people that are starting to listen, and yeah, and it's an opinion show. Don't get it twisted. Keep coming back every Wednesday. I'm Rob. That's Tina. We'll talk to you guys in a week. Bye.
See.